Hello everyone, welcome back to another Coffee Chronicles. I hope you're doing well. So for this video, we are updating my reading journal for February. I know it's a little bit late, but we have been moving, so I didn't really have the time or the place to sit down and journal. But now that we are moved, I can finally sit down with my journals, and the first thing that I wanted to do was update my reading journal. So here we are. So I guess the same disclaimer goes for this journal with me as well. So if you want to just listen to me ramble about things and not really watch the video and do something else, that's completely okay. And I guess the opposite also works as well. If you want to watch the video but don't want to listen to me ramble about things, please feel free to mute me and maybe turn on your background music. It's completely fine. Yeah, just do whatever you want with this video. Yeah, I guess I will kind of start talking about the books first. So, for February, I actually read 2 books, and this time around I was actually able to journal about both of the books in one single video, which is good. The video is just a little bit over 30 minutes, but I thought that it would be okay. I don't know how this happened. In the other video, I was only able to journal about one of the books, and I think it was like around the same time. I don't know how that happened. But I think, okay, I think I know how that happened, but I think this time around I was more intentional about things. I knew what was I doing, if that makes sense. I still decorated the pages and stuff, but I kind of knew how I wanted to use the craft paper and all of that. I didn't really use stickers or anything. I just used some craft paper and some paper things that I have. But yeah. And also I think not doing the reviews on the spot helped as well. So basically what I did is I wrote down the reviews of the books in Literal Club. If you guys want to follow me over there just to kind of see what I'm reading currently and my reviews and stuff, I will put a link so you can follow me if you want to. It's basically like Goodreads, but I prefer this a lot more because it actually looks a lot better. Like, the interface is so much better, and I never really got into Goodreads, if that makes sense. I didn't really use it that much at all, but I'm in love with Literal Club. So if you want to follow me over there, like I said, I will put a link. But basically I just copied the review that I wrote there to my journal, so I think that helped as well because I wasn't doing the review on the spot. But yeah, like I said, I read 2 books in February, and yeah, I guess I will talk about the books now. The first book that I read is The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren, and I loved the book so much. It was such a fun read. I really enjoyed reading the book. I think the idea was so good as well. I know in the first reading journal with me, I said that I wouldn't talk about the books because I didn't want to give spoilers. I think what I'm gonna do is I will talk about the books, just a tiny bit, so you know what the book is about. But yeah, so the Soulmate Equation is it's a romance book, obviously, knowing me, but it is about this app that a scientist develops, I guess. Basically, the app finds you a soulmate after analyzing your genetics, if that makes sense. I cannot explain it very well, but basically, there's an app, and for the app, you like gave samples, and then according to your genetic, it finds you a soulmate from the system, if that makes sense. And basically, the founder of the app, I guess, finds a soulmate through the app, and it's like a really high score, I guess. And then they start fake dating, which I love fake dating. It's one of my favorite tropes. So I was really interested in the book. And like when I was in high school, biology was my favorite subject. And specifically, like, I loved studying about like genetics and stuff. So this book, it was just such a good book. I really, really, really enjoyed the book. The idea was so good. The writing style was so good as well. I was not expecting it, I'm not gonna lie, but I really enjoyed it. Something else that I really enjoyed is the main character, actually, not the app developer, but the other main character. She is a single mom, and I love that. I don't think I've actually ever read a book where the main character was like a single parent, and I really enjoyed it. It was a good change, you know? I really, really enjoyed it. And when it comes to the writing style, I was not sure about it when I first started reading the book, because I think now I'm so used to reading dual point of views, and I love them so much. This one was not dual point of view, and it also wasn't in first person, which threw me off a little bit at the first chapters of the book, because I don't usually like those kind of books, but I didn't really care about it after a few chapters. I was really into the book, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. So I realized that I didn't really cared if it was in first person or not. I really, really enjoyed it still. I have a few more books from Christina Lauren, and I think I'm gonna read them pretty quickly as well, because I loved it so much. I think currently on my shelves I have Hazel and Josh's Guide to Not Dating, or something like that. And I have the On Honeymooners. I think I'm gonna read them pretty quickly as well, but we'll see. I know that they have more books, even like in the bookshop that is pretty close to me. I keep seeing their books, and I'm like so excited to get them and read them as well. I will probably buy the rest of them as well. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed the book. It was such a fun book to read. Yeah, I don't think I've set my rating actually. But I gave the book a 4.5, so 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed the book. Usually when I read a book, I can tell if I will be reading the book again, and I will definitely reread this book. It was such a fun book. I loved it so much. Again, the writing style was so good, the idea was so good. I loved it so much. There was just one chapter that I read pretty quickly, but I think it's on me. So basically, I don't know how to say this without giving spoilers. But the main character was figuring something out, and there were a lot of numbers and scientific things, and I was like, yep, cool. And I just kind of like read it pretty quickly and just skipped a few lines to get to the end of it. But I think it was on me. I'm not good with numbers. I don't really like them. So like I just like read that part pretty quickly. But now that I look back, I wasn't really focused when I was reading that chapter, because like I was so excited to see where that would go. I didn't really focus on it, so I kind of like read it pretty fast. So I think it was on me. I didn't really focus on what she was saying. Like, you were kind of like reading about her thought process. So yeah. But that's about it. That's like the only thing that I could say that I didn't really enjoy. But again, now that I look back, it's pretty in character for her, because like obviously it was a normal for the book to be a little bit scientific, because obviously one of the characters is a scientist and the other one, I think she was in finance, not sure, but it was definitely something to do with the numbers. So now that I look back, it was definitely in character for them to talk that way. But yeah, I just I just kind of skipped a few pages, but still, it was such a good book. I enjoyed it so much. I know I keep like saying the same things over and over again, but it's just what it is. Also, something else that I realized when I was reading the book, and now that I'm reading another book, I think I'm going to bump up my icebreaker rating to a 5-star read, because I realized that I keep going back to that book when I'm reading another book. Like, I always end up comparing the book to Icebreaker, and I'm like, oh, Icebreaker was better, so I can't give it a 4.5 rating, which is just, that's not how it works. So I think I'm gonna bump it up to a 5-star read and just kind of, you know, see where the other books end up. But yeah, that was like the first book of the year, so it was a very good start, and now I'm just nervous about rating the books. So I think I'm just going to give it a 5-star and just move on. Because I really enjoyed Icebreaker. But yeah, the Soulmate Equation was the first book that I read, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. It was a fun book. I'm still journaling about the first page, I guess, so I will quickly talk about my reading journal and then move on to the next book, I guess. When it comes to my reading journal, I knew that I didn't want anything like high maintenance, if that makes sense. I wanted to be something that I can just sit down and write my book reviews, basically. So that's what it is. I still decorated a little bit, but it's not crazy. I just use some craft paper, and I keep using this paper writing set that I have. I got it from a local stationery shop. Basically, in that, I have some like pictures of old vintage style paper, if that makes sense. But yeah, I kind of use those a little bit. And something else that I decided was that I changed my mind after doing the reviews, but I decided not to do a cover page for each month, but I think I am going to do a cover page for each month. Because I thought that it would not be something that I would need, because currently I'm using a spreadsheet. I'm using Cowpile to rate my books, but also to track things. And in the spreadsheet, there are some amazing trackers. And obviously, I thought that I don't really need to see the months in my reading journal, I guess, but I think I do. If you guys are interested in Cowpile, I will link the video down below, and you can go to that video and download the spreadsheet from the description, because I don't think it would be okay for me to just link the spreadsheet, so definitely go to the original video. But yeah, I will link it as well if you want to see that. But yeah, like I said, because I use that, I thought that I wouldn't need the cover pages, because I wouldn't want to see in which month I read a specific book. But I think I do need to do that, because I feel like it's gonna get a little bit chaotic if I don't. So you'll see that on the left page. It's blank right now. It's not blank, but I have like some stuff that I penciled in, but I will erase them at the end. And initially I thought that I would just leave it empty, but I think I will do a cover page over there. And I don't do much when it comes to my cover pages for my reading journal. What I do is I just stamp the month, and then I just wrote down the books that I read and how many books I read, how many pages I read, and I think that's about it. So it's not something crazy, so I thought I would just do it and just kind of have it there to separate the months, basically. And something else that I do in my reading journal is I don't really care about how many pages a review is, if that makes sense. So, like, if I end up writing a review that's a little bit more than 1 page, it's completely fine. And if it's not 1 page fully, it's also okay. I don't mind it because I don't want to force myself to write a review that is longer or shorter than I want it to be. Like, I don't want to force myself into doing that, so I just wrote the review. Whatever happens, happens. So to give an example, for the first book of the month of February, 1 page wasn't enough, so I think I ended up having a few lines into the next page. And then after I was done with the review, I just drew a line and continued on writing about the second book. And like at the end of the page, I was done with the book review. So I just, drew another line, and I thought that it would be fine. So yeah, I don't really mind the length of the review, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna start talking about the next book, and then if I have time at the end, I can just ramble about stuff. So the next book that I read in February was The Switch by Beth O'Leary. I really, really, really wanted to like the book. Like, I really did. I tried. I didn't. I read The Flat Share before, and I loved that book so much. I think I read it like probably 2 or 3 times. It's something that I really enjoy. It's a cute little book that I really like reading. And I thought that the feels would be the same for this book. It wasn't. I really had to force myself to read the book. I finished the book, but I was so close to the end of it. I don't know what it is. It was a dual point of view. It was basically, the idea of the book is the main character switches her life with her grandma, and I think it's such a good idea, like switching your life with your grandma's life. I love that, but it's just, I don't know, it didn't hit right to me. I really didn't enjoy reading about the grandma's new life. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I was not able to relate, if that makes sense. In a book, characters play a really big part for me, because if I like the characters, I will like the book, and if I don't like them, I won't be like rating the book a high score, because I don't know, like, either I need to feel very connected to the characters. I don't specifically need to like them. I can hate them, but if they make me feel something, I do enjoy the book usually. It's just, I don't know, I wasn't really interested in the characters, I'm not gonna lie. Not everyone. Like, I was quite interested in the main character's life, in the small town and stuff, but I don't know, the grandma's new life, it really wasn't for me. So I had to skip a few pages and even chapters. I kind of read them pretty quickly. Yeah, it wasn't, I don't know. I gave the book 2.5 stars. I never give a book 1 star unless I DNF the book, because I just don't find it fair. Because if I finish a book, it means that it was not that bad. Like, I was actually able to finish the book, even though I forced myself. So I never give the book 1 or even 1.5. 1 and 1.5 for me is usually when I DNF the book. But this time, I didn't DNF it, I finished it, but again, it took me a while. I needed to force myself to read the book, which did not happen in a while, so it was kind of sad, but it is what it is. yeah, I'm so sad that I didn't like the book because I really wanted to like it. I'm not gonna lie, I got the book. It has been sitting on my shelves for more than a year, honestly. I got the book, I sat on my bed, and I kind of like opened the cover and I was like ready to read. And just didn't felt something just didn't feel right. I was like, I will probably not like this book. And it like broke my heart. But it is what it is. I didn't like the book that much. I don't really know what it was though. Cause like, I don't know. Like I said, the idea was okay. Not even okay. I liked the idea. Like switching your lives with your grandma who lives in a small town. Yes, that sounds so good. It's just, it didn't work for me. I don't think it was a writing style because, like I said, I read The Flat Share and I love that book so much, and it's from the same author. So I don't know. Let me know if you read the book. Let me know your thoughts, because I looked at the reviews and stuff, and most people liked it. I don't know. I do feel like it was because of the characters though. But yeah, that's all I have to say about the book, I guess. I still have around 10 minutes left, so I guess I will just ramble about things. Let me actually think if there's anything else that I want to talk about when it comes to my reading journal. Oh yeah, there is actually. Okay, so there's like a little place that I wrote down the books. Well, actually, I don't think I wrote the name of the book. I wrote like the author, how many pages was the book, in what form I read the book. Like, was it physical? Was it like an ebook? Was it an audiobook, which I don't do much. I usually listen to audiobooks when I'm actually reading the book, so I don't really do that, but yeah, that's an option. And I wrote the genre of the book. Next to it, I want to have the covers of the book, but I did not print them out yet. I think I will print them out at the end of this month with the ones that I've read this month, and then just kind of like stick them all at once, because again, I cannot print stuff every time I want to print things. So, and they're gonna be like pretty small as well. So yeah, I think it'll be better if I just have a few and then just print them out. Yeah, I think I'll talk about the books that I'm reading this month. I finished the book and I'm in the middle of another one, and I think I will be able to read 3 books this month, because it's like the 16th of March. So yeah, the book that I finished is The Fine Print by Lauren Usher. Love the book. It was so good. I'm not gonna go too into it because I will talk about it in the next reading journal update, but I like the book so much. I can't wait to read the rest of the books because it's kind of like a series, but not really. You can read them as like standalones, but you know, it has 2 more books. So I'm so excited to read them. I need to get them first, but like, I'm so excited. And currently I'm reading another book called XOXO. I don't remember the author's name, but I'm reading that currently. And I'm actually reading it in Turkish, which is a little bit different because usually I don't read romance books in Turkish. I prefer them in English. This time around, I am reading it in Turkish, and I thought it would feel weird. It doesn't feel weird, but I don't know. I'm still kind of, it throws me off sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Also, in the book, there are some like Korean words or like Korean terms, I guess. And I know like basic Korean. Like I can probably survive if I visited Korea, but like my brain works so differently right now. I don't know if it's just me, but like when I see the Korean term in my brain, I translate that to English, and then at the footnotes there is the Turkish translation, so I just look at that one. So it's just like my brain is working in 3 different languages at the same time when I'm reading the book, which is weird. I wonder if it's only me or if it's like, I don't know, because I know a few languages now. Like I'm fluent in Turkish, obviously it's my native language, But like I'm also fluent in English as well, and then I know basic Korean and I'm learning French now. My brain is just super messy. But I wonder if that's like when I'm reading, I don't know if it's normal or not. Let me know if you know more than one language and how you feel when you're reading in the language that you're not comfortable with, or not comfortable with, but like the language that you're not used to, I guess, because I'm so used to reading in English now. When I read a book in Turkish, it just feels different. I wouldn't say I feel different when I'm reading in Turkish. It's just, I don't know, it feels different. I don't really know the right word, but let me know if that's something you experience if you know more than one language. It's I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, I am enjoying the book though. I will say that much. I really am enjoying it, and I think I will finish it in a few days and then move on to the last book of the month. But that's the plan. Okay. I think I'm done with the book talk. And I have like 5 or so minutes left, so I will ask some questions about the channel, I guess, to you. Because I'm like thinking about doing some stuff. And feel free to answer them in the comment section. If you don't want to, it's completely fine. I just want this to be here so that I can refer back to. I'm just gonna brain dump basically. But you might have noticed that I uploaded 2 videos last week. Basically, I think I want to upload 2 videos a week because I love journaling videos, like journal with me's, my bullet journal videos, or like any other journal related videos. If you have any ideas, let me know as well. But I really enjoy filming and uploading those videos because they make me journal more, so I love that. But I also like my kind of like this cozy vlog series that I have with like a talking segment in the video. I like that as well because I have a bad memory and I don't remember what I do on a daily basis, and it's just kind of, I like recording those moments and then I like editing those and uploading so I can go and look back. It's kind of like a visual diary for me, and I love that. But I realized that when I do 1 video a week, it kind of gets confusing because, again, I want to do more journal videos. So I think I'm going to do 2 videos a week, and then on Sundays, I will upload the journal related videos, if that makes sense. So like journal with me's, my bullet journal videos, how I use my journals, or I explain something about my journals. I think I'll do those on Sundays, and during the weekdays, I think I will either do it on Wednesday or Thursday. I will upload the Cozy Chronicles videos. That's the plan. Let me know how you feel about that. Let me know if you would be interested in those, I guess. Yeah, like I said, if you have any video ideas, also let me know. I am open to new ideas. But yeah, with that being said, I think I have like 2 minutes left, so I will wrap this up very quickly. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening to this video, however you use it. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you want to follow me on Literal Club to keep up with what I'm reading, my reviews and stuff, I will put a link. If you want to use the cow pile sheet, I will put the video down below so you can check that out. And if you want to kind of just see more of what I'm doing, feel free to check my Instagram out as well. I'll also put a link for that. But yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Feel free to let me know how you feel about 2 videos a week in the comments. And if you have any video suggestions, please let me know in the comments as well. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. And yeah, I think that's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.